I just got through watching Screw Attack on their little podcast, and they was pretty much debating on who would win between Goku versus Superman. And I know it wasn't really their idea. They were just granting requests from their fans out there on suggesting if they should do a Goku versus Ryu fight. And what do I have to say about that? Man, let me just say this, man. I made a video about this 10 years ago on this channel. 10 years ago, I pretty much done gave my thoughts about this fight. I think Goku versus Ryu is a bad idea. I think it'll be funny. I would laugh. Although would be interesting, but they was debating about the fact that, Ryu fought gods and stuff. They was talking about, a fan of Screw attacking them. The Ryu Street Fighter fans out there, they were defending Ryu, talking about, well, Ryu fought on the moon against a certain opponent. Ryu got punched from all the way from Earth, from all the way through the moon, and he transformed into evil Ryu, and he was breathing in space. Like, oh, Ryu can breathe in space. Which I looked that up, that was on a video game that Ryu was going up against. It was some kind of little Street Fighter game. Just look it up on YouTube, Ryu and the moon fighting and everything like that. They talking about Ryu fought gods. It's talking about Ryu's powers is stronger than death or whatever like that. I'm like, okay, like, still. And I seen Ryu punch the moon because Ryu was going up against I forgot what the opponent name was, but Ryu like punched the moon so hard he made it like crumble down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Ryu's pretty strong though, man. I'm not underestimating Ryu, man. I just think this fight is just really silly, man. It's a silly fight. Would Ryu be able to take a lot of damage from Goku? Yeah. I honestly don't think Goku would have to go as a Super Saiyan to beat Ryu. And if Goku does transform, he probably most likely go Super Saiyan 1 or Super Saiyan 2 to go up against Ryu. But I don't see Goku transforming to a Super Saiyan. I really don't see no need to that. Unless Ryu transform, unless they both throw beams at each other, whatever like that. But I really don't see it, man. Like this is not no comparison, man. This is like a ridiculous comparison. Okay? It's really ridiculous. I think this fight would be laughable. And I was reading the comment section of Screw Attack's videos, and everybody was rooting for Goku. Everybody was rooting for him. Like, I mean, Goku's got a huge, huge, huge fan base, man. And to see Screw Attack do a Goku versus Ryu fight and Ryu actually win, a lot of people would find that hard to believe. We'd be like, okay, Screw Attack, you guys are now really trolling the Dragon Ball Super fans out there. And Goku's very powerful. Oh, Ryu fought gods and this and that. I mean, Goku fought gods. Goku fought demons. So what are you talking about? What Ryu's fighting, Goku already done fought. He's fought, he's already fought gods before. So what are y'all talking about? About Ryu fighting gods? Well, Ryu fought some gods. So, and your point? Your point? Y'all's point? Come on now, man. Goku would toy with Ryu. He would toy with this man. He would hold back on Ryu. And another thing is, and Screw Attack brought up a good point in that, Ryu can't fly. How you gonna have an advantage of somebody that's in the air flying, throwing beams at your ass, and you're on the fucking ground? And just like Screw Attack said, I don't normally agree everything Screw Attack said, but they made a huge valid point. How in the hell can you compete with somebody that's flying and you're on the ground? And then one of the Ryu fans out there talking about saying, well, Ryu can jump real high. If he transforms into evil Ryu, he can kind of float or whatever, or he can jump real high in the air. Like, yeah, Ryu can jump real high. He can jump so high, he can jump way up to the moon and this and that. Okay, and he just able to jump. That's it. But the question is, can Ryu fly in the air and, punch? Because we see how Goku fights in his fights. When Goku fighting his opponents, they all fighting real fast. They all teleporting, this and that. Can Ryu do that? No. He can't do that. Will Ryu be able to manage to stay in the sky to beat Goku? No. Ryu will get hurt, man. Like Goku will Kaioken this dude, man. Goku will use Kaioken and clown this dude. And trust me, Goku will hold back on Ryu. He will hold back. If this fight was to happen at a tournament, I'm telling you this right now, man, Goku will embarrass Ryu. He will embarrass him. I'm telling you that right now. The only thing that I would find very embarrassing of Goku, if Goku had to transform into a Super Saiyan God or a Super Saiyan Blue just to beat Ryu, I would find that very embarrassing if Goku had to go that far in order to beat this guy. You know, I think only when Goku would have to go Super Saiyan is when Ryu transformed into Evil Ryu. I think that would kind of overpower. And you know, Ryu does have the ability to do what's that other power that Ryu have too? Not only does he have the transformation, but Ryu have the power of nothingness or whatever. If I pronounce it right or not, the power of nothingness. Ryu does have that, which that's pretty darn powerful though. But the question is it enough to kill Goku? Is it enough to kill him? Will Goku try to dodge it? Most likely he'll try to dodge it, or Goku might try to deflect it. Who knows what Ryu would try to do? I mean, most likely Goku would try to deflect it just to prove to Ryu that, you know, I'm stronger than you. And don't get me wrong, I think Ryu will catch Goku by surprise. I think he will. I think he would impress Goku in some kind of way. I think he'll catch Goku off guard and win. Goku would probably underestimate him at first, and then when Goku realized that, okay, but I mean, come on, Ryu's a human, man. He's human, you know. So I don't know, guys. Do you guys want to see this fight on Death Battle, Goku versus Ryu? I honestly don't want to see it. I mean, if I see it, I would laugh. I would laugh at this fight. But you know, Screw Attack, they'll try to go out their way to try to make it look like that Ryu have what it takes to hang in there with Goku. And trust me, if they do this fight, this would be Goku's very first win on Death Battle. Since they did a Goku versus Superman fight way too many freaking times, this would actually be Goku's first victory. So, Screw Attack, if you want to do this fight, do this fight. But all you Street Fighter fans out there, y'all really want this? Y'all don't want, y'all don't want no smoke from the Dragon. You don't want no smoke from the Dragon Ball Super characters. Come on, Street Fighters. Y'all stick with your imagination fights with Street Fighter versus Tekken or whatever like that. Stick with that. All right? Stick with Street Fighter versus Tekken. Stick with Street Fighter versus Marvel or whatever like that. Or stick with Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat or whatever like that. You know, stick with that, people. Stick with that. But just imagining Ryu defeating Goku, I don't see that happening. But you can keep dreaming, Street Fighter fanboys out there. You can keep dreaming. You can keep imagining that Ryu has what it takes to defeat the almighty Goku. Oh, you can dream on all you want to and imagine that all you want to. I don't see that happening. And you know what? It's just disappointing, man. All these years, man, Ryu's be getting all it's so darn powerful, but this guy can't even fly in the sky, though. You would think that they would give Ryu the ability to fly in the sky or fly to the moon or fly to the sun by now, but they haven't, though. Because if they do that, they know it would kind of hurt his character. Now, everybody would be like, oh, okay, Ryu's trying to be too much like Goku and them and this and that, trying to be too much like Superman. But no, Ryu don't need to be flying like that. It wouldn't even fit his character. Ryu's fine the way he is. You know, he goes around, you look for a worthy opponent. Ryu trying to fight Akuma, whatever like that. Stick with those opponents, Ryu. Stick with the same old opponents that you've been fighting with. But when you're going up against Goku on Ryu, on a whole different level there, buddy. But, you know, Ryu could learn something. If him and Goku was to really fight, you know, Ryu could learn something from Goku. Goku can be his master. Goku could probably train Ryu. That's if Ryu want training from him or not. But, you know, Goku can really turn Ryu into a great fighter, though. You know, a real great fighter. Flying in the air. You know. Anyway, what y'all think about this, man? If you haven't seen the Screw Attack podcast about Goku versus Ryu fight, if you guys want to watch it, go watch it, though, because you guys are going to be like, what? Really? Like, you really want to do this fight, Screw Attack? Like, they're not going to do it this year, but maybe sometime next year, probably. I don't know. But I honestly don't want to see this fight. Like I said, I'll watch it, but let me tell you something before I go. If Ryu beats Goku, if they ever do decide to do Ryu versus Goku, and Screw Attack actually made perfectly sense on why Ryu will beat Goku, I would shut down my YouTube channel. No bullshit. But it's gotta make perfect sense. It's gotta make perfect sense on why. Because you gotta convince me, Screw Attack. I mean, they didn't say that 100% that Ryu can beat Goku, but if they was to come up a way and say like, okay, here are the facts and the logics on why Ryu has what it takes to beat Goku, you have to convince me, Screw Attack. But I seriously doubt I'll shut my channel down anyway because I still wouldn't buy into that bull crap. Anyway, what's y'all thoughts about this, man? What's y'all thoughts about this fight? Ain't this fight just really ridiculous? Anyway, peace.